Hey everybody, it's Josh. I am coming to you from a motel room in Eau Claire, Wisconsin. I have decided to get out of Ames for a week or so, visit a few friends here in Eau Claire. Then I'm going to shoot down to Milwaukee for a couple days and visit some family and friends in Milwaukee. But got some good news and some bad news with the Haverkamp situation. The good news is that Iowa Legal Aid has come to my defense. They basically approved me for defense, and I let them know what was going on with Haverkamp, with their harassment and the fact that they just put this 7 day notice on my door, either quit or vacate the premise type of thing. And oh, by the way, I have to clear that up. It turns out that notice was not you have 7 days to get out. It's you have 7 days to quote unquote remedy the situation, or they will move forward with uh, the eviction process. Now, so I'm not going anywhere for the time being. Now, I've got some good news and I've got some bad news. The good news is, like I just said, Iowa Legal Aid has stepped in and approved me, and they are going to defend me. Um, and the thing is that I gave them all the information I have, including my entire email exchange with Brooke Farmer over the last year. All the stuff they've been doing. I told them what their problem with me was as far as me banging the ceiling every time, or not every time, but when the kids start making too much noise upstairs, I bang the ceiling because A, I want some peace and quiet, and B, Brooke has threatened to evict me if I actually go up there and knock their door and ask them to keep their kids quieter and not let their kids run around in here. So I gave Iowa Legal Aid all the information that I've given you guys in these videos, basically. Plus I gave Iowa Legal Aid the actual receipts, like the email exchanges I've had with Brooke over the last year, and their notices to me, and the video footage I have of them harassing me and stuff like that. So the good news is that Iowa Legal Aid told me that it's very, very unlikely that they would be able to evict me given the circumstances of the situation. Because it would be very hard for them to argue that I'm in breach of contract, in breach of my lease, for banging the ceiling, given that they've taken away all my other options and they're not doing anything about the noise themselves. And the fact that I'm not banging the ceiling for fun, right? I do it so that I can have some degree of peace and quiet in my home. Um, and I'm really thankful for Iowa Legal Aid because I'm telling you that when I got that notice, I was ready to abandon my apartment that very day. I think it was like 2 days ago now. I was ready to pack up my stuff and be out of there that night. Uh, and I told her that, but she kept the lady from Iowa Legal Aid, the lawyer lady from Iowa Legal Aid, kept telling me not to do that, telling me to stay put, telling me that, listen, she's very confident that she can stop any sort of eviction process against me. And she spent 45 minutes talking to me because I was like, no, listen, this is a big company. And I was just telling her every reason why I should get out of there and fight from a distance. And she was like, no, listen to me. From what you've got here, I am very confident that we can stop any eviction processes that Haverkamp tries to take against you. So after 40 minutes of her calmly talking to me and convincing me, she finally did convince me. So I couldn't be more thankful. I mean, when you've been getting harassed by your landlords for the last year, had to have somebody step in and at least protect you from the worst possible thing, which is like the eviction, is a good thing. So if their lawyers make a move against me, or if they make a move against me for eviction, Iowa Legal Aid is very confident that they can stop that process. So I don't have to worry about nothing. If I feel the need to bang the ceiling a few times to get the noise to stop, just because kids are running around upstairs and I can't concentrate and I can't read and I can't have any peace, that's not a reason to evict me. It's really not even a reason to write me up. It would be a reason if I was banging the ceiling for fun. You know what I mean? But that's not what I'm doing. And Haverkamp very well knows that. Now, here's the bad news. Iowa Legal Aid does not pursue litigation. So I can't use Iowa Legal Aid to actually sue these people for compensation. I'm still going to have to seek out another lawyer to go after Haverkamp in that way. And I will. It's going to take me some time, but I'll get there. And trust me when I tell you Haverkamp is going to compensate me. I am going to win this battle. Well, they'll win the short battles, but I'll win the war because I'm just determined. I'm just going to keep coming back until I win. But either way, that's the bad news. Iowa Legal Aid does not actually pursue litigation against people in these situations or against landlords or whatever. But, given my current, my behavioral record with the company, with Haverkamp, in the 7 years I've been here, and given just all the logistics of the situation, this lady basically had no doubt that Iowa Legal Aid could protect me from any eviction action that Haverkamp would use against me. So now I told you guys that I don't care if I get evicted, right? I'm still going to come after Haverkamp anyway. And that's true. But at the same time, I don't really want an eviction, right? So it's something I was willing to suffer with if I had to, but you know what I'm saying? Didn't really want it. You know what I mean? But I'm very thankful. I don't want to say, I'm tempted to say the names of the lawyers at Iowa Legal Aid. I don't, but I'm going to refrain from doing that because I don't know if they want their names out there in these videos. But Iowa Legal Aid has stepped in, and they have assured me that they can protect me from any eviction action that Haverkamp would take against me. So it looks like I'm going to be able to continue to assert my right to peace and quiet in my own home, which is very good. Because guess what? I have the right to peace and quiet in my own home. I have the right to live peacefully without hearing people literally run around above me for hours at a time. I do have that right. And I don't know. The bad news isn't even that bad, right? I mean, it's basically, when I think about it, I'd expect it because this Iowa Legal Aid is defending me for free, right? So somebody has to fund them, and they can't just be getting into like litigation cases. So, but the fact that they've stepped in to protect me is something I'm very grateful for. And I told them that. And they were very kind with me. Like I said, that lady spent a good 45 minutes convincing me not to abandon the apartment after I got that last notice. And I don't know what to say. So the good news is way better than the bad news, right? Because the bad news is kind of something I should have expected anyway. But the good news is they cannot evict me because Haverkamp would have a heck of a time proving that I'm in breach of my lease, especially given the facts of the situation. So I'm protected. And I can continue to assert my right to peace and quiet when I feel that I need to, without interference and bullying from my landlords. And that's a very good thing, and I'm very thankful. Like, so, Iowa Legal Aid, I'm thankful. That's all I have to say. Have a good one, y'all.